Hi everyone and welcome to a new tutorial. For our Basketweave cuffs, I'm using SMC Select Juliette. These are colors number 2004 and 2016. You need also a knitting needle size 5 mm, a tapestry needle for sewing later, and scissors. This is Russian knitting, or also called combined knitting. It's more ergonomic for your hands, but you can knit in any style you like. Please find all the links in the description box below for mobile users on the site. So that's a swatch to know how many stitches you need. But before, you should measure your hand. Search for the biggest part of your hand and measure the scope. My swatch is telling me to cast on 30 stitches for my hand. You should calculate this way: 30 stitches divided by 20 centimeters and multiplied by your hand scope, also in centimeters. This will tell you how many stitches you will need for your hand. But I recommend to do the swatch on your own, because every yarn is different and everyone knits different. But this is just an orientation. Your stitch number should be a multiple of 8. 30 is not, so I will choose 32. We use the endless cast on. For this, form a ring, put the long strand under the ring and pull it through the ring. You'll get a loop. Insert your needle through the loop and tighten the yarn, but make sure it's not too tight. Take your second needle. Insert your needle on the front side from the bottom, grab the yarn and pull it through the stitch. Pull up a loop and put it back onto the first needle. That's the second stitch. One more time. Through the stitch, pull up a loop and put it back. That's number 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on until you have your number. So these are my 32 stitches, and now we will knit the first row. Use only the knit stitch. Our front loop is loose, so we knit through the front loop. Go through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop and take off. Repeat this for the whole row. That's row 1. This will be the edging. Remember, for all the following rows, take off the first stitch. Always, from now on. Knit the second row until the end. Make a note how many rows your edging will have to knit the second cuff the same way. You can choose the row number as you like. Your last stitch should be always a knit stitch. So that's my edging, and these are 8 rows. I did not knit the last stitch because we need the last stitch for the color change. So we take the new color, go through the stitch as usual and pull up a loop with your new color, then take off. Now, cut the old color, leave enough tail for sewing later. Now make a knot. From now on, we will knit the basket weave pattern. For this, we alternate between knit 4, purl 4, or purl 4, knit 4. That doesn't matter. Take off the first stitch. Knit 3 stitches as usual. Now purl 4. Our front loop is loose. Take the yarn to the front and purl through the front loop. Insert the needle from above, pull up the loop from below and take off. One more time. And also number 3 and 4. Now knit 4. Purl 4, then knit 4. And purl 4. Knit 4. And purl 3. Don't forget to knit always the last stitch. This was row 1. In the following rows, the stitches are twisted in another direction, so take off the first stitch. These stitches have a V shape. If you see a V shape, we will knit. The back loop is loose in this case, so we have to knit through the back loop. Insert your needle from above, pull up a loop and take off. One more time. And number 4. Now you see purls, and this tells us to purl. Our front loops are loose, so we purl through the front loops. Now knit 4. Purl 4. Knit 4. Purl 4. Knit 4. Purl 3 and knit 1. Repeat this until you have 12 rows. These are 2 rows, so you need 10 more.